Erik Ten Hag dialogues with Manchester United, and I know by the time you're watching this video, you're really going to have known about the story that Erik Ten Hag has been interviewed by Manchester United. But there are things that you didn't know about this interview. Lots of things transpired during this interview, and Erik Ten Hag impressed the United board. Welcome to Manchester United Matters channel. I go by the names of Erik. Smash the like button, comment and share, and if at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to our channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. I go by the names of Erik, and this is your channel that brings you your latest Manchester United news and information in there for you. Now, yesterday we did a Harry Maguire story, and today we are doing this of Erik Ten Hag. He has dialogued with Manchester United, and this story was reported by a Daily Mail journalist who goes by names of Chris Wilder, and said Manchester United have interviewed Erik Ten Hag earlier this week. That's what Chris Wilder came out and tweeted via his Twitter account, and this story has really made rounds in there on various social media platforms, and it has really gathered a lot of steam in there for you. And he came out and said, exclusive, Ten Hag interviewed for Manchester United job. Ajax boss spoke to Manchester United on Monday. Sources insist the club are talking to a number of other candidates and no front runner yet in there. Then Fabrizio Romano jumped on this, and he tapped in as a tapping merchant. He tapped in and said Manchester United have interviewed Erik Ten Hag, confirmed by Chris Wilder, that is of Sky Sports. In their meeting took place this week. Manchester United are happy with his English level, but final decision will involve many other factors. The board will interview other candidates too. That's what Fabrizio Romano came out and said. Now, that's news that has been all over you, and you guys have been knowing it, and till now you know it, and you don't need me to talk more about that. But this is something that Fabrizio Romano has just put up onto his Twitter handle. He has said, during the meeting, Erik Ten Hag wanted to hear about Manchester United's budget and plans for the future. His English level has now improved. Ten Hag feels ready to try Premier League experience soon. Man United will also meet other managers, process still going on. To me, I really believe that even if they meet other managers, it's really going to be Ten Hag, the next United manager. Because when you look at Ten Hag, he has a full package for Manchester United. If you want to rival Man City and Liverpool, you have to bring in Ten Hag, because Ten Hag has a style of play that can rival Liverpool and Man City. But if I told you bring in a Pochettino, he cannot, because you saw him having a very good team, and he cannot even beat Real Madrid or knock them out into that Champions League. He even struggled against Real Madrid at home, that is in Paris. So to me, I will feel like when you look at that game between Real Madrid and PSG, you really know that Ten Hag's possession game of football, Pochettino's possession game of football is way down in there. One will come in and say, what's the difference between Ten Hag and Pochettino? Because both of their teams were knocked out of the round of 16, and that of Pochettino was knocked out by Real Madrid, a more big team. But Erik Ten Hag was knocked out by a side which goes by the names of Benfica in there, guys. I wish you watched this game. The reason as to why Ajax is no longer into this equation is the chances they created were not converted. If those chances were converted, it would have been a different story altogether. If at all you can watch those two games, one in Portugal and the one in Netherlands, a team which goes by names of Ajax outplayed Benfica, but Ajax failed to put its chances at the back of the net. That's the only reason that they are not into the round of the quarterfinal in there. So get to know that Erik Ten Hag has a style of play that can fit United and its players, because a possession-possessed system, a football possession system, really sieves out players immediately. You get? The residues are seen immediately, and those that have been filtrated and are the creme de la creme are also known. And it's very easy for the manager to put them on scale and say, all right, get out of my club. And Ten Hag, by the 1st of June, if at all confirmed by the Manchester United board, will be starting off his duties. Remember, these players are really going to be given an off for like 1 month. That means on the 1st 1st of July, they will be here to train with Ten Hag. And Ten Hag will have a lot of time to see which players do I need, which players which players I don't need in there. And I will believe that one of the reasons as to why Manchester United is going to go in for Ten Hag, one, Paul Pogba has taken swipe at Manchester United in there because has said that he has wasted his 5 years at Manchester United, something that the board won't like in there, meaning that Paul Pogba has fallen apart with Manchester United and is going to quit. That's confirmed in there. And I don't see any way Paul Pogba is staying, according to what he has said, that he says he wants to win trophies. And when you look at Manchester United, it's going to go on another rebuild for 3 years. And Paul Pogba is 29 years. So that means he is going to look for another club that is going to help him do the needful in there. And I've seen Sky Sports reporting a story that 2 clubs in the Premier League are in talks with Paul Pogba to go in and play for them in there. So it shows you that Paul Pogba is leaving. And when you look at the board of Manchester United, they don't want to spend lots of money. Paul Pogba is going out for free. Jesse Lingard is going out for free. That means they are losing £100 million combined for those 2 players, because Paul Pogba can go, if at all he was on a good contract, he would have gone for like 70 million, you get, and Jesse Lingard, he would have gone for 20 or 30, so that is close to 100 million quid, and all those players are going out for free. Now, I really believe that this is giving Ten Hag a boost to come in at Manchester United, because Ten Hag will tell them that, for me, I'm going to use, if Paul Pogba is going, I'm going to use Danny Van Beek, and it's going to fit into my system. Remember, Danny Van Beek was one of those players that was discovered by Erik Ten Hag, and he is among that team of Ajax that reached the quarterfinals in the season of 2019 when they beat a side which goes by names of Juventus. Remember that very well, in the quarterfinals. And Danny Van Beek was one of those players that scored away in Turin to really see that game end 2-1 in there, and Ronaldo was silenced with his Juventus in there. And he says, I'm bringing in Danny Van Beek. That means if Paul Pogba goes, that means United will just go in and bring in a CDM, and he'll tell them that I need a centre forward, I need a CDM, and maybe which other player, and maybe a winger. So Ten Hag will come in at Manchester United and tell them that get me £100 million and I'm going to get in the players I want, because he can go in and bring in a Chomini at £42 million. He brings in a centre forward at £40 million, you get, and then the remaining 20 he can get in a winger like Anthony in there, or any winger, because him and Ralf Rangnick are really people who have scouts around the world, and they can tell you the next big players in there. That's why you see now most of the players that are impacting so much into the modern football, or into this era, most of them, the young talent, most of them, Ralf Rangnick and Erik Ten Hag have a hand on them. Talk of Erling Haaland. He was scouted by Ralf Rangnick. Firmino, Naby Keita, Sadio Mane, Joshua Kimmich. There are very many players close to, there is a scope of 10 players that each and every name I come out and mention, you're really going to know that Ralf Rangnick is really a good coach. Now, when Ralf Rangnick sits with Erik Ten Hag at Manchester United and plan for their next signings, I really believe that in £100 million, they can get in a minimum of 3 or 4 players, and they'll come in and fit in comfortably at Manchester United. And people like James Garner will get a chance. People like Amad Diallo will get a chance under Ten Hag, because Ten Hag is going to improve them. And I really believe that Ten Hag will only need like 2 players at Manchester United in there, because he's going to bring in the young talent a lot. People like Amad Diallo. There is James Garner. There is this other player who goes by the names of Shori Terry. You might see him coming through. Anthony Elanga. You get, those players are really going to get in enough playing time at Manchester United. That's what I really feel, and that's what I really believe, that it's really going to be happening in between this side of Manchester United when Erik Ten Hag comes in. And that's why I really believe that he's the favorite, because he does not need a very big budget to do an overhaul at Manchester United. He needs just like £100 million, and he can change it, because he believes that the right back, I think it's okay. He can transform Aaron Wan-Bissaka into a very good player. He can transform which other player? Dallo, Alex Telles, Luke Shaw. He can transform them into better players. Even Scott McTominay, because we've seen glimpses of Scott McTominay who does not pass sideways and passes centrally under the era of Ralf Rangnick. And with time of the summer, close to 2 months in there with international friendlies fixed into there, I really believe that Manchester United will have to get in a manager who goes by the name of Erik Ten Hag and is going to improve them a lot. Look at Sancho, Rashford, and Tony Martial. You get those players are really going to impact a lot for the season of Manchester United, provided Erik Ten Hag is at Manchester United, because technically gifted players like Sancho and Anton Martial are really going to benefit a lot from this manager, because a manager like Erik Ten Hag will just polish these players and they'll go to a level that most of us never thought in. Danny Van Beek, I think he's one of those players that is really soothing his finger, saying, or blowing his finger, saying, I really want to see Erik Ten Hag at Manchester United, because that's going to be a sure deal. It will be a reunion of this a player and manager who were really once together in there for you. Thank you guys for watching, and smash the like button, comment and share. Leave your reactions into the comment section below and tell me if you are okay with Erik Ten Hag ready to try Premier League experience soon in there. If you're okay with it, go into the comment section and tell me what you think and give me the reason. And if at all you are not okay with it, also give me a reason as why you're not okay with Erik Ten Hag. I'll sign out for now. See you later, my mates.